Tuesday afternoon, the U.S. Treasury Department issued sanctions against 34 additional individuals and companies. The latest round of sanctions falls under three categories. 4 Chinese companies who allegedly exported raw materials and computers to Pyongyang, and 1 Chinese individual, Mr. Sidong Sun, who reportedly owns one of the designated companies. DPRK entities include 9 companies and 20 ships. According to photographs released by Washington, these companies allegedly used ship-to-ship transfers to move products in an effort to evade sanctions, and that is also a violation of September's UN Security Council resolution, which passed unanimously. One DPRK company also named on allegations it exported DPRK workers to generate revenue for Pyongyang, and this too violates that same UN resolution. Now, none of these sanctions are connected to Monday's White House announcement that Washington is adding Pyongyang back to its state sponsor of terrorism list. That decision is raising some concerns in Beijing, though, where there's fear that any further pressure on Pyongyang could lead to the resumption of its unlawful missile tests. China Daily's English paper issuing this editorial on Tuesday, quote, "The U.S. designation of the DPRK as a state sponsor of terrorism could lay waste to the efforts of China and Russia to bring the DPRK back to the negotiating table."
We still hope that all parties concerned will put forth more efforts, which will be conducive to alleviating tensions and bringing relevant parties back to the negotiating table, back to the right track of dialogue and negotiation.
And at the same time, airline Air China is reportedly suspending flights between Beijing and the DPRK. An airline press officer was quoted by the Associated Press saying the flights were, quote, temporarily suspended due to unsatisfactory business operations. There is no mention of the change on the airline's English website. And Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi is now set to meet with Seoul's top diplomat. According to the Blue House, ROK Foreign Minister Kang Kyung-hwa will discuss ways Seoul and Beijing can work together to reach a peaceful resolution of the DPRK nuclear issue. A Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson only mentioned that improving bilateral ties is on the agenda. President Moon Jae-in will visit China next month. Late last month, you may remember, the two countries resumed normal relations after Beijing objected to Seoul's decision to install an American anti-missile defense system known as THAAD. Jessica Stone, CGTN, Washington.